with your Sunday in Denver. How was being there? How different was the weather first half, second half? Walk us through your Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, so we get there on Sunday morning. The sun's not up yet. It's 8 degrees. And I'm doing hits with Sal, and then the sun comes up. It gets into like the 20s. You guys were watching. I mean, at game time, it was, well, a little before game time, it was sunny. By game time, that sky had that like it's going to snow look to it. And boy, oh boy, did it. Really, during halftime, the snow started to come down. And we had been told, like, look, it'll snow, but it's probably not going to be anything that really has a major impact on the. No, they were wrong. Like it was intense.
Do you think the teams had that same approach of like there'll be snow but not impactful?
Yeah, the people I was talking to about this were with the teams. Like that's what the teams were being told. So it was worse. I mean, everybody says it's unpredictable, the mountains, et cetera, but. Yeah, I think it was more intense than they expected. You saw Ramondre Stevenson slip and fall. I mean, like I think, and then after the game, being down there for the presentation and interviewing guys, like it was pretty unpleasant. The weather, it was.
So Mike Vrabel, Sean Payton, two of the most prepared coaches literally in the history of the NFL. This is not meant to be a slight at either one of them. Were both teams unprepared?
I don't know if it's unprepared. I think, you do the best with the information you have. Like it snowed worse than they were expecting, and so. You're prepared for snow. I don't think. Look, it impacted the play of the game just because it was hard to see. Like I don't know how you could prepare for that. Right. So they always have different length cleats. If you're starting to slip, they can change shoes. I'm sure some guys change shoes for the second half. So no, I don't think it was a factor of preparation. I just think it was a factor of the conditions got very, very bad. And there's very little you can do, especially offensively, especially with a backup quarterback, once you get in that situation.
Dan, to bring you in a little bit behind the scenes, Evan is bracing himself today for breaking news.
Okay.
He is expecting a head coach to be hired today because Adam Schefter said that he thinks that all of the vacancies could be filled by tomorrow. So we're bracing for breaking news. In your opinion, what do you think the next job to be filled in the NFL will be?
I would guess Cleveland. Cleveland seems like they're pretty close. They spent a lot of time yesterday with Nate Scheelhaase, who's the young passing game coordinator for the Rams. It's been thought for a while now that he's been very high on their list. And I think if, with Grant Udinski from the Jaguars pulling out, I think they're pretty much down to where they are with this guy. And if not him, then maybe it ends up just being a promotion for Jim Schwartz, the defensive coordinator, to head coach, because he's interviewed twice for it. Let it be known that he wants it. So it sounds like they're getting to the point of a decision there. Now, it could be if they want Scheelhaase. He talked to the Bills last night. Does he drag it out a little bit? But that'd be my guess. I wouldn't be shocked if any of the four happened today, or if all of the four happened today. But who's next? My best guess is Cleveland.
Interesting. So let's talk about the Bills. You just brought them up. I believe, Graz, almost all of the coaches. You have breaking news?
Nope.
Oh, all of the coaches.
But I had to check.
He's so excited.
Oh. Yeah, so I had to check in case.
It was probably Nuno saying, can you move to your left?
Nuno texts me exactly once a week, asks me if I'm okay to do a certain time on Tuesday, and I say yes. If you look at my text history with Nuno, that's all it is. That's the whole thing.
And you just respond yes every time?
Is 7:15 good? Yep. And then he thumbs ups that text, and then I hear from him again next Monday.
Very efficient.
Yeah.
So there's no pleasantries. There's no, hey, I read your story. That was good.
No, nothing.
We're not trying to build a relationship.
He knows nothing of my work other than this 5-10 minutes every Tuesday morning.
I love that.
Okay, now to Buffalo. I believe that all of the coaches that have been hired should be hired this cycle so far. I just believe a lot of them are on the wrong teams. No, seriously.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Why is Buffalo not hiring a win-now coach? Or not looking, to our knowledge, at a win-now coach?
I don't. That's a good question. I mean, what do you mean? Like, should they hire John Harbaugh? He was already hired by the time they fired their coach.
Right. So Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy, yes.
Okay. Would be a guy that theoretically would come in and say, low end, I'll give you 12. High end, I'll give you 14. I'll give you a playoff win. And Josh, if you can navigate the other few games for me, we should be good to go.
Whereas if you hire Davis Webb for his first coaching job 3 years after he stopped playing, it's a major, major risk with a team that's right on the cusp. It's a good question. I think when you look at Davis Webb, Brian Daboll, Joe Brady, who are three of their strong candidates right now, they all have very close relationships with Josh Allen. And it seems like Buffalo is making that some kind of priority here. Whether that's the right thing to do is certainly worth having a discussion about. But I think that's a very good point. Does Buffalo feel like Pittsburgh, I don't want to speak for Pittsburgh fans, but my guess is the way that's gone over in Pittsburgh is like, this is just sort of a safe play. and not very inspirational.
Yeah, they call it Tomlin 2.0. They're not pleased at all.
Right. So, like, maybe Buffalo doesn't want to be in that situation. Maybe they're like, well, Sean McDermott gave us competence, gave us, like we're in the divisional round of the playoffs every single year. We want something that will elevate us, so maybe we do need to throw a little bit of a Hail Mary. I mean, that may be part of their thinking, but it does seem the search has been very Josh Allen-centric so far.
Oh, sorry. I thought you had something else on that.
I was just going to say, like, to me, let's just use Davis Webb. He may go down as the greatest coach in the history of the NFL for all I know.
Sure.
It's just not going to be next year.
Right.
And to me, next year is the last year, is how you have to look at it, of Josh Allen. It's not actual. No, it's not actually. You're running out of time with this group as it's built. If you think this group is Super Bowl worthy, this group is not this group 2 years from now.
Right.
So you have to do it next year. And Davis Webb would then have, as an example, would have to have the single greatest first-year coaching job in the history of the sport.
In his fourth year as a coach, period.
Yeah.
Not a head coach, but
And I look at this as a negative, best of friends with the quarterback.
Right. So, yes. I mean, look, a week ago, we were talking about Sean McDermott just got fired. Like, what you want when you hire a head coach is Vrabel. You want a guy that has the building, that know. Yes, he's good at managing the game, but he's also good at running practice and setting the tone for the entire organization. There aren't 32 of those guys, right? So the Bills had one, and they fired him. So that's my point. Is like, are you going to go for that again? If you already had Sean McDermott in the building, who can do all those things, proven over 9 years. Had you in the playoffs 8 out of 9 years, when you didn't go for 17 before he got there. So are they trying to do something different, or are they in a position where they don't know what they're doing because maybe the owner got upset and fired a guy without thinking about it too hard? So I think it's a very interesting search that we really didn't see coming, and has been hampered a little bit by the fact that they started late. And I'm fascinated to see where it lands.
Well, speaking of giving up on people, Sam Darnold's in the Super Bowl.
Sure is.
Which team that had him in the building should regret letting him go the most?
I mean, Minnesota, obviously, given the way the year went. And I understand, like, it's hindsight, they had a plan and they stuck to it, which, we often give organizations a hard time for not doing that. But it didn't work out. So, yeah, when you look at how he played in Seattle, it's obvious last year wasn't a fluke. And I think it's fair to say the 2025 Minnesota Vikings would have been a better team with Sam Darnold at quarterback than they were with what they had. I don't think that's like a hot take.
No.
The Jets had him, Carolina had him, San Francisco had him as a backup, but they're fine. I think Minnesota's got to be the answer, even though it seems like the easy one.
Smalls has been asking that question today, Dan, and we're talking with Dan Graziano, ESPN NFL reporter here on Unsportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance. And I have to own the fact that I would have made the exact same decision that every one of the teams that let him go made.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we were talking for Get Up, like, did he prove his critics wrong? Like, well, no. I mean, like, the first 5 years of his career were bad. The last couple games of last year were bad. Like, those criticisms are correct. Yeah. Now, if the critics were saying, "Oh, you can never get to a Super Bowl with Sam Darnold," then yes, he proved them wrong.
And I said that,
right? But I mean, it's not wrong to assess his time with the Jets and Carolina and say that it didn't live. I mean, he was picked third. Like, it obviously didn't live up to that. So he goes to San Francisco for a year, sort of rehabilitates under Kyle Shanahan and that staff as a backup, and then now we see these last 2 years with the 14-3 Vikings and the 14-3 Seahawks who are in the Super Bowl. So it's a story of persistence and continued development, and it's a story of how important it is to have the right people around you if you want to succeed.
Early look at the Super Bowl, Dan. What X factors are you paying attention to in this matchup?
I just don't know if we really know, and Patriots fans get mad. Like, do we really know how good they are? Like the three teams they've beaten in the playoffs had nothing at all on offense. How much of that is because of the Patriots defense, and how much of that is because, the Chargers didn't have tackles and C.J. Stroud had a meltdown and Bo Nix broke his ankle? Like we just don't know. So could I see the Patriots defense stifling that Seahawks offense? And we look at it and say, like, yeah, they won that Super Bowl with defense, even though they didn't play particularly well on offense throughout the whole run. Sure. But I also could see Seattle, kicking their butts. I don't think that's outside the realm of possibility, because I think Seattle offers a lot more on offense than anyone else they've faced so far in the playoffs.
As a Patriots fan, I can tell you what they're elite at from my perspective, and that's their brain. They're just smart. They just know what to
Yes.
do situationally, and that makes up some of the physical differences that they may have with other teams.
But before the Texans game, I was talking to some Texans players, and one of them said, like, the Patriots' run game is so good because, yeah, the talent of the backs are explosive, but they will wait and wait and wait until you make a mistake, and then they'll run right through it. Like that is. You can go till the fourth quarter and play perfect, and then miss one assignment, and it's a 52-yard touchdown run because they're that patient and they're that disciplined. That reflects coaching, and that gets back to what we were saying about Vrabel. What he's instituted there in a short period of time, they are almost certainly not going to lose the game because they did something dumb.
Good for next Tuesday?
I don't know. We'll wait and see.
Thumbs up?
Nuno's going to have to reach out on Monday and see.
Get a big thumbs
We're
up.
not on next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not?
Somebody
We're
will
flying
be.
to San Francisco.
I am too, but I may stop here first and do some shows.
Wow.
I mean, come on.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
Well, all right.
Well, I'll miss you guys. I guess I'll see you in Radio Row or whatever.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Pop
Thumbs
by.
up.
We would
We'll
love to
see.
see
Yeah,
you.
3:30 in the morning. Come on by.
Yeah, we're live 37, Dan.
Dan Graziano, you'll see him on Get Up at 8
Don't wait
a.m.
for
Eastern
me.
Time. Coming up, why someone on this show feels badly for a Pro Bowler. Next.